What's up, fuck sticks? Welcome back to another episode of Bacon and Bacon with Bacon. Today we are making biscuits, but like sweet biscuits, like the kind you put like shortcakes, you know, like sweet fucking biscuits. Super fucking easy, super stoked to show you guys, so let's get started. We're gonna start by mixing all of our dry ingredients together. So I've got here some flour. I've got here some baking powder. I got some sugar. And I've got some salt. Now that those are all in there, I'm gonna whisk them so that they're evenly combined, and then we're gonna toss them in the food processor and mix them up with some butter. And now those dry ingredients are properly mixed. So the next step is to throw this bitch into a food processor with some previously frozen cubes of butter. I froze the butter so that it blends in the food processor better. All right, so the trick here is to only pulse it. Don't just like flick it on and let it go full throttle. You want to just pulse it until you get what looks like maybe breadcrumbs in there. And don't spill and make a mess like I just fucking did. Let's try to keep it clean. All right, so now we got the flour in there. We're gonna drop these frozen cubes in here. I popped them in the freezer for about 45 minutes. They're cold as fuck, but they need to be cold as fuck or this doesn't work. So voila. We're gonna put this on, boom, and we're gonna pulse. Now there's these tiny little crumbs. Now we're just gonna pour this flour butter mixture that we just created into the bowl. So there's like micro cubed butter in here. If you squeeze it, you can feel all of those little micro shards of butter. It's exactly what we want. Now we're gonna put 1 cup of half and half into this bitch, and we're stirring around with a rubber spatula until dough forms. Boom, in the bowl. We're just gonna stir this around until we start getting some dough out of this bitch. And now we have a wonderful looking dough. We're gonna turn this dough out onto a floured surface and we're gonna start working it. All right, let's turn this dough out onto this surface. And the trick is to keep your hands floury when you're working with this. If you keep your hands kind of dipped in flour, you can create a square flat or rectangular flat piece, and you want to layer it so that you get a good layered biscuit. See? And then we're gonna go right here, boom, halfway, and then take the other half, boom, the other half. And we're just gonna keep doing that. And we have to keep getting flour in our hands. You're looking for 6 to 9, 7 inches by 9 inches so that you can continue to fold and press. So we're gonna fold, fold, and press. And we're just gonna keep doing that for a little bit. Make sure we have a quality set of biscuits here. reflour the surface just a little bit because this is our final flatten right here. We're gonna flatten her out just a little bit more. We want to get at least 4 decent size biscuits or fucking shortcakes, whatever you want to call them. Voila. And that is exactly what it should look like, friends. All right, so for funsies, we're gonna use these. These are my marijuana cookie cutters. And we're gonna cut out a couple of biscuits. All right, let's see how well this does. Little marijuana biscuits. Aren't those fucking adorable? So we're just gonna keep pressing through here, and we're gonna make as many cute little marijuana biscuits as we can. We can freeze this dough. It's some good biscuit dough. We can freeze that dough. We will freeze that dough. Maybe we'll pull it back out for another recipe later down the road. Or maybe we'll use it as a side for one of my dinners. We'll see how that works out. But for now, we've got a handful of absolutely adorable Cannabiscuits. We're gonna put these on some parchment paper and on a cooking sheet, and then we're gonna throw them in the oven for I think like 12 minutes, and we'll be ready to go. I forgot, we have got to chill these in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. So we're gonna start doing that now. We'll be back in 30. All right, well, they've been in the fridge for 30 minutes. They are feeling and looking perfect. Now we're just gonna paint some of this butter onto each one, and then we're gonna sprinkle it with sugar and throw this bitch in the oven at 425 for about 10 to 12 minutes. First, we're gonna start with a modest amount of butter on each one, and then we'll go through and top it off with whatever butter's left. Try to make sure that all biscuits get an even amount of butter topped on it. All right, that should be enough butter. Now, we're literally just gonna take a spoon and some table sugar, and we're gonna sprinkle it over the tops. And there we go. We have beautiful biscuits that are covered in butter and sprinkled with sugar. We finna put these things in the oven for about 12 minutes and see how they turn out. Oh, it does look so good. They're brown on the edges, but not quite brown on the top. All right, fuck sticks, they're ready. So I went ahead and drizzled some Busy Bee honey on the top of it. I feel like I put plenty of butter on the top as I baked them, so I think they're probably fine with regards to the butter, but a little drizzle of honey never hurt nobody. All right, we're gonna try these. Those are so good. They're so buttery. They're so delicious. Holy shit. Those are my new favorite thing. Really, really crispy on the outside, on the edges, but then soft and flaky on the inside. Super dang. All right, well that does it for this episode of Bacon and Bacon with Bacon. I hope you give my Cannabiscuits a shot. You can always mix a little bit of weed butter instead of regular butter if you're trying to get fucked up and make a fun little treat. But yeah, these are bomb fun. It took me like no time at all to make. Give them a shot. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm out here grinding. I've been grinding for like fucking however many episodes. I do one a week. So like 20 weeks. Help a brother out. Give me a subscribe and a like. All right, well, thanks again. I hope you have a great fucking day. Peace, bitches.